Hello and welcome to Uncle Matt's Online Academy. In today's lesson, we want to look at Dalton's law of partial pressure. This law is telling us that when we combine two or more gases, that the total pressure that this gas will have, or this mixture is going to have, will be equal to the pressure of the individual, sum of the pressure of the individual gases. For instance, if you have two gases A and B and they combine to form a mixture, that the total pressure of the gas or the mixture is going to be equal to the pressure of gas A and pressure of gas B. So the sum of these pressures, sum of the pressure of these individual gases, that is gas A and B, is going to give us the total pressure of the mixture. In that case, it means that if you don't know the total pressure of the mixture and you know the pressure of gas A and you also know the pressure of gas B, then you combine two of them, just add two of them, then you get the total pressure of the gas. And if you know the total pressure of the gas and you don't know the pressure of any of the gases, maybe you know one and you don't know the second one, then you subtract the one you know from the total pressure and then you have the other pressure. So that is what this law is talking about. We use this when we are collecting gases over water. That is one way or one place we apply this law of partial pressure. When you collect a gas over water, the gas is always saturated by water vapor. Water can form a gas and the gaseous form of water is called a vapor. So when you are collecting a gas over water, it is possible that you are not collecting only the gas, it is being mixed by the water vapor, that is the gas or the gaseous form of water. So you are collecting two things, the gas you are looking for and water vapor or gaseous water. Now, if you know the pressure of the gas you have collected, you cannot take that as the normal pressure of the gas. You will always assume that any gas collected over water is being mixed by water vapor. So you have to subtract the pressure of water vapor from the total pressure of the gas in order to get the pressure of the gas you are looking for. Now, for instance, I say that if the partial pressure is equal to the pressure of the individual gases that make up a gaseous mixture. For instance, if you have A and B, A and B as two different gases, and these two gases, they have their own different pressures. Let's say the pressure of A is PA and pressure of B is PB. Now, if you call the total pressure PT, let's say that the total pressure is PT. Now, it means that PT is now equal to PA plus PB. PA plus PB. This is PT. PT is equal to the pressure of gas A plus pressure of gas B. And we can look for the pressure of any of these gases. If we want the pressure of gas A, we say PT minus PB. And if we want the pressure of gas B, we say PT minus PA. Now, I've demonstrated how it can be used to find the pressure of a gas collected over water. That is the dry gas collected over water. When you collect gas over water, it is always in form of a vapor which is being mixed by water vapor. So to get the pressure of the dry gas, you subtract the pressure of the water vapor from it. Now an example is this. Example 1. Example 1. A gas is collected over water at 15 degrees Celsius and 745 millimeter mercury. A gas is collected over water at 15 degrees Celsius and 745 millimeter mercury. You know that we measure pressure in Pascal and Newton per meter squared. Another way we measure pressure, or another unit for pressure, is millimeter mercury, mmHg. Hg is the chemical symbol for mercury. So we measure pressure in millimeter mercury. Now, if the saturated vapor pressure SVP, of water at 15 degrees Celsius is, if the saturated vapor pressure of water at 15 degrees Celsius is 30 millimeter mercury. Now calculate the pressure of the dry gas. Calculate the pressure of the dry gas. Calculate the pressure of the dry gas. Now, how do we do this? Solution. Now we say that from the law of partial pressure, that the total pressure exerted by a mixture is equal to the pressure of the individual gases. So when we collect a gas over water, it is always a mixture of water and the gas. So the gas is not always dry. So if you want to get the pressure of the dry gas, you have to subtract the pressure of water, which forms a mixture with the gas. So this pressure of the gas we collected, this first pressure given to us is the total pressure of the mixture. That is the pressure of the mixture. Now we have the SVP. The SVP is one of the partial pressures. That is for the water vapor. Now for that of the main gas, that is what we are looking for now. So we now can say that, let's call the total pressure, or the pressure of the gas collected, PT. PT is equal to pressure of the gas, let's call it PG, plus saturated vapor pressure. This saturated vapor pressure represents our second pressure, maybe PB. Now we know our total pressure as 745 millimeter mercury. 745 millimeter mercury. Now this is equal to PG, which is the one we are looking for, plus 13. 13 is the saturated vapor pressure of water. Now to get the pressure of the dry gas, we now say PG is now equal to the total pressure, which is a 745 minus 13, and that gives us 745 minus 13. Then that gives us 730 millimeter mercury. So this is the answer. This is how to get the partial pressure of a gas from the total pressure. Also, another way to calculate the partial pressure is using the mole fractions. If we know the total pressure of a gas and we know the mole ratio of the gases, we can also get the partial pressure of each of the gases. For instance, if we have gases A and B, and let's say that the mole ratio or the mole of gas A is Na, you know that substances in chemistry, most of them are measured in mole. Mole is the standard unit for measuring the amount of substance in chemistry. So if the mole of the substance A or gas A is Na and the mole of gas B is Nb, if you know these moles and we know the total pressure, we can also calculate the partial pressure of any of the gases by saying that the total pressure, how to get it is to multiply the total pressure by the mole fraction of each of the gases. What is the mole fraction now? The mole fraction is the fraction of the mole of the gas over the total moles of the gases. So for gas A, the mole fraction of gas A is Na over the total number of moles is Na plus Nb, Na plus Nb. This represents the mole fraction of gas A. Then mole fraction of gas B is equal to Nb over Na plus Nb. Now if you want to get the total pressure of gas A, then take the mole fraction of gas A, multiply it by the total pressure Pt. If you want to get the mole fraction of gas B, take the mole fraction of gas B and multiply it by the total pressure Pt. So this is another way to get the partial pressure of the gases if you know their mole fractions.